Hello, this is Brian Purdy with the Florida Aviation Network, live and in the clear from AirVenture 2022. Today, we're at Opener, visiting with the new CEO, Ken Karklin. How you doing, Ken?
Fantastic, Brian. Great to meet you today.
Now, I was visiting y'all last year. A lot of changes since then. New job for you. Would you like to tell us about how things have gone over the last year?
Well, for the last year, the whole team has been just working really hard on refining everything that Blackfly is capable of and really amping up the safety capabilities, updating the control systems, and recently we've returned to just almost a continuous man flight mode, multiple operators, multiple vehicles. We're up almost every day, and we're building out a durability and reliability baseline today, and also taking in all those human factors inputs. So tremendous progress. They've incorporated a full aircraft parachute, multiple tests under multiple flight conditions and multiple altitudes, all of them successful, glad to report. And we're here at EA 2022, and we're flying 4 times this year. So last year we did a couple of flights, both of them hover and maneuver, and this year we're showing more of the full capabilities of the aircraft. Twice out on the main and twice out in the ultralight area.
I was able to see the ultralight. On your comment about the test flight, has anybody else done as many test flights as you have? Because I've just seen, exceedingly, okay, I want to be on that test team just to fly.
Well, yeah. In the eVTOL space, I don't believe that there is anyone up and flying as often as Opener. Now, of course, we are a smaller, lighter aircraft, probably a much more agile team, unburdened by the requirements of FAA certification into the heavy lift category. This enables us to move a lot faster. Now, the aircraft has been under development for well over 8 years. So the company also had a tremendous running start on this.
So how are the production timeline and when the first units may be developed or delivered, how's that looking? Getting more firmed up?
Manufacturing development standpoint, that's been well underway for over a year. The company has significant capacity to build and deliver multiple vehicles. There's still a fair amount of testing to complete over the course of the next several months. We still have to fly it high and hot, determine our upper spec limits there. We're going to be getting the aircraft into anechoic chamber, do a full baseline on DO-160G. And we need to make sure that if someone brings a transmitter on board, that's going to be a safe event. After that, we're going to be entering an early access program phase. And that's for a select set of customers who want to buy their own Blackfly, who want to be the first to experience our training, aircraft fitment, aircraft delivery, and we want to make sure that they're successful in taking it home and flying it on their own terms, that they've got charging infrastructure, they've got connectivity, and informed by that, we'll move on to another phase of the early access program, more customers, bigger geographies, and then we'll really be flexing our customer service muscle, ensuring that we've got many happy customers. Informed by that, we will move to a full commercial sales launch.
Now, since it doesn't require a pilot's license, what are going to be the biggest things that the purchase this and fly this have to know about where they can and cannot fly?
Well, of course, is a Part 103 ultralight, flights restricted to non-congested areas, Gulf aerospace. Most of our early adopters we actually expect are going to be certified pilots. Some will not, and we're kind of excited about that. In fact, almost all the operators at Opener today, they're all engineers. None of them certified pilots, although several of them gone to ground school or have a Part 107 license or so forth. And what I can tell you, though, is flying it is thrilling. And everyone who steps out after their first flight has an ear-to-ear grin, having experienced the freedom and joy of personal flight.
And the basic concept, having like the software that drones have where you can set it and it'll land for you, it'll hover for you. If you do get a little bit rattled, say, okay, let go, and okay, now I can do the rest.
Well, the flight controls have been set up so that it's incredibly easy to use. It's very intuitive. There are only 2, and the transition between the two of them occurs as the aircraft pitches to 35 degrees. It's a very seamless transition. Landing is accomplished by a thumb switch move. Simply descends you all the way to the ground, and takeoff is similarly easy. You can take off to a hover, quickly transition to forward flight. Now you're flying efficiently, supported by the lift of the wings. It's just a joy to fly.
So are there plans for either certified versions or extended range capabilities in the future?
Well, from a roadmap perspective, extending the range is an obvious thing for Opener to pursue. We're very focused today on reaching that, for additional business milestones with the Blackfly that we have today. There's a lot of people that I think we're going to be just delighted with the capabilities that we're able to offer right now. As battery technology matures, as we're getting into north of 400 watt hours per kilogram in the battery space, we'll be able to extend the range significantly. That's several years out, because we'll have to test and iterate with any significant changes such as energy storage.
Always prove what you got and then go for the next thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, I want to take up your time. We're getting a nice crowd here. Anything that you'd like to say to our audience in closing, and we'll go from there.
Well, just that we're focused on delivering the safest and most fun small aircraft or ultralight experience that will ever be available. And can't wait to see our customers up and flying. Hopefully it won't be long.
Well, thank you very much, Ken. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it last year. I enjoyed seeing the flights. Maybe one of these years I'll actually get a real flight rather than just a simulator. But if you are here at AirVenture 2022, come over to the Opener tent. They've got a 2-seat of simulators coming through that you can use. We got a nice crowd here, so you may have to wait a line unless you come early. But this is Brian Purdy with the Florida Aviation Network, live and in the clear, AirVenture 2022 with Ken Clarkland, CEO of Opener. Have a great day.
All right, so you can look around. You're at the airport. You see your you have your airscape. Right there. Take on it. That's just like also you look down
to Blackfly. Here he goes, back in the hover mode. He's pulled the stick back. He's selected the trigger switch there in front of the stick. Little pirouette right there shows some maneuverability. The Blackfly slowly returned to Earth for just a few moments. And right back to the logo. Now, if you happen to be like my Uncle Charlie and you get lost going down your own street, the Blackfly actually has a button. So if you're down there at Snoopy's Pier enjoying a hamburger and maybe something else, and you can't remember where your own neighborhood is, the Blackfly's got a button that you push and it returns right back to where you started from.
Yep, that's correct. It's just as easy as pressing a button and you're heading back home.
I think that's fantastic. And what a fun thing to do. You know, my buddy Ricky P is down here, Rick Peterson from skiesmag.com, where they have a free subscription. You have an eVTOL magazine, and I'm sure this thing's going to be on the front cover.
It has to be. All I can say is I come down here, you pay me to talk, I'm supposed to be announcing, you show me something that leaves me speechless.
Isn't that incredible, Rick?
eVTOL, free subscriptions, by the way, skiesmag.com, to read more about this kind of flying. This is very, very fun.
So Rick lives on an island, and he has to wait on the ferry.
You're reading my mind, get out of my
This
head.
thing right here. Yeah, buddy, you just ride on over, and Eddie can set you up. It would really be fun watching you fly the simulator, because that seat that they have back there, Ricky, it's got a spin cycle on it, you know, and that'd be a lot of fun watching you. Let's talk about payload capacity right now, because this thing, heck of a segue, don't get your feelings hurt, Rick, but this thing can handle quite a load, can't it?
Yeah, it does. Right now, our sort of maximum weight we can get as payload is 200 pounds. You have to be at least 6'6" and under to be a pilot. But other than that, and just a couple of little sim trains and everything, that's all you really quite need to fly a Blackfly. As an ultralight, you don't need a pilot's license. You can definitely just hop in after a couple times of training and everything, and you can just be just like Wyatt right there.
What do you say, AirVenture? Is this not incredible? The future is happening right now at EAA Aviation. Our thanks again to our friends from Opener, bringing the always impressive Blackfly here to AV2022. Go back there and see him later today, just behind the control tower at YouTube. Hey, thanks for coming by, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. Thanks to everyone on the team. We'll see you down there. Thanks to everyone at home as well.
Blackfly, everybody from Opener. Ricky B, this has been so cool. And Steve Boos is pointing high in the sky right now to the right.